He waited 20 years for the boomers to retire, only to be told millennials were the future. He once spent the entire weekend alone, at age 9. He treats the cloud the same way he treats horoscopes, with confusion and deep distrust. He once tried therapy. It didn't go well.
Everything's just super.
Yeah.
Can't you see the joy leaking out of my face? So how much does Big Pharma pay you to get guys like me on pills?
He grew up on microwave dinners and Mountain Dew, which is why he now has to take Tums 5 times a day. He doesn't meditate. He blasts grunge until the emotions go numb. He still drinks from garden hoses from time to time, not because he's thirsty, but because it tastes like danger. His approach to fixing technology is simple. Blow on it first, hit it second. He still refers to restarting a song on Spotify as
Alexa, rewind the tape.
His wardrobe hasn't changed since '94. Faded band tee, flannel, cargo shorts, and sneakers that are old enough to drink. Boomers respond with anger. Millennials respond with anxiety. And him?
Couldn't care less.
He still gets emotional walking past abandoned malls, because those places raised him better than anyone else did. He suspects the government is lying, corporations are evil, and the Wi-Fi is listening. But he's too tired to give a damn.
Enjoy the soundtrack of my misery. It's boring as hell.
He's the middle child of history, overlooked, underappreciated, and ignored his entire life. But he's used to it. He is the most Gen X man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, it's to give even less of a fuck. Stay Gen X, my friends.
What are you guys doing?
Riding on bikes, what does it fucking look like, you shit-smelling fat fuck?
Hell dear, dude. Looking at All right. Calm down, everybody. Calm down, and welcome to another very special episode of the BDC show. I'm sorry about the scary intro, but that song is super hot right now. So I figured I would jump on it while, strike while the iron's hot. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Also, some of you might be a little confused about the title, My Life with Priapism. I'm not going to tell you what Priapism is because it won't be as funny, but you can look it up for yourself and just know that that's how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I got that low flow going on. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just being an asshole. And you can also see there's a picture of me on the thumbnail. The thumbnail of this video has a picture of me as looking like the Mona Lisa. This was me earlier this week driving through a tunnel, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium, Acrisure Stadium. I got to see it actually from a good spot. I was on the highway in Pittsburgh one time, and I was right next to it. I couldn't see shit though because there was all this stuff in the way, so I was just sitting there like an idiot recording it. But yeah, then after I got done doing all that, I got to go on my 34-hour reset, which was nice. But I was at the pilot, and at like 28 hours in, somebody came over and was like, you can't stay here any longer. Like, you've been parked here for too long. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, we have a 24-hour fucking, like, limit. And I'm like, I'm doing my 34-hour reset. What are you talking about? So I had to leave, and luckily there was a Love's right across the street. So then I had to call my dispatch and tell them that even though I was in the final hours of my 34-hour reset, that I had to move at their request. So not only were they understanding about it, they also compensated for me. They were able to get me $150 for each of the days that I just basically wasted. That's why I like Love's, man, because Love's never charges and they never give you a hard time about parking. You could literally park in this bitch for a week and nobody will give you a hard time about it, but that's how it goes. So before we get into this episode any further, I want to show you guys this urban safari that was done showing tweakers in Washington State. I found it like on the internet somewhere. I can't remember where. I want to give credit to whoever did it, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So if anybody knows, throw that up in the comments. Basically, it's like a drone flying around like the ghetto looking at tweakers that are like hiding out in parking lots and stuff. It's actually pretty funny. I got a good chuckle at it. So here it is, and let me know what you think. I thought it was pretty funny.
Our expedition begins. The first landmark of this urban savanna reveals itself, a lone shopping cart, overflowing with mysterious treasures gathered from who knows where. But just beyond it, we encounter the true marvel. Behold, the overloaded pickup of Pacific Avenue, a truck stacked so high with belongings that it defies both gravity and basic physics. As our camera approaches, the inhabitants react. The heavier man on the left jolts like a startled woodland creature caught mid-ritual. The man on the right gives a friendly, confused wave, as if to say, "Yes, traveler, this is the natural order of things here." Sensing the balance of the habitat shift, we gracefully retreat with one smooth lift into the sky. We leave the Pacific Ave spectacle behind. Another remarkable sighting in the ever-wild urban frontier.
All right, we're back after that little tweaker safari. So I looked it up in the interim while we were sitting here pulling our dicks, and it was from a TikTok creator called Famous Amos, and he does a bunch of tweaker safari clips, which I think are absolutely hilarious. So if you have the app, go over and drop him a like, a follow, all that shit. Interact with his page. If you don't, it's 2025. It's almost 2026. Come on, get with the program, guys. I realize we're here on YouTube, which is, I don't know, it's really hard. We got some new subscribers. Like, we totally got some new subscribers, like a few of them. We're trying to get up to 50 at least, so that way I can do lives. And, like, basically I can do a live while I'm driving to, you know, a destination or whatever. One thing that is worth mentioning at this point is I finally put in for some time off. It's just 4 days, but I'm actually gonna like get out of the truck, get a hotel room, and just kind of like splurge a little bit. And it's gonna be on New Year's. So what I was thinking is that we could do a New Year's special, and like just it'll be the first time since I started driving since June, because I basically, like, the way it worked was I on June 11th I started training and I was in the truck, and then I spent 2 days on a bus, or a day on a bus, going up to Ohio to basically get switched over from trainee to being a solo driver. And they put me in a hotel room while I was waiting to do that. And that was really the last time I was really indoors for like overnight. On July 4th, 4th of July, I went to my dad's in Indiana. And really, I only had asked for 24 hours off because I was just grabbing, like, some shit that I couldn't take with me when I was training. So I really was only there for, like, I got there that evening. And I remember me and my dad sitting in the front yard watching the, like, all the fireworks in the neighborhood and everything. But I slept in the truck outside because I had lived in that house, and when I was gone, everybody kind of went back to the way it was. My dad was nice enough to sleep in the living room while I slept in the back room, which was cool with me. I really appreciated that. But then it was like when I went off to train and I was on the truck with my trainer, he moved back into that room, and I didn't want to upset everything. And, I had already, it was just for one night anyway. It didn't really matter. So, yeah, so on the first of the year, I'm going to actually get a hotel room and kind of kick back. I told him I didn't care where it was. Like, I was like, I just need to be close to someplace where, like, there's a terminal where I can park the truck and then, like, I can Uber to a fucking hotel room or whatever. But it'd be nice to sleep in, like, a proper bed and, have my own shitter and my own shower and not have to share it with just the public. That'll be nice. So we're looking forward to that. We'll make an event out of it. It's not going to be like a super nice hotel or anything like that. Just whatever I can get into, so. And like I said, I don't know where it's going to be. So I don't know if my home base would be Indianapolis, but I don't know, like, if they're going to give me the time off to actually, like, go up there, or if they're just going to, pull me off wherever I'm at. So, but that'll be cool, man. That'll be definitely something you guys want to tune into, because it'll be the first time I've been off this truck in, like, it'll be 6 months exactly. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. Okay, so if you know me, I'm not really into college football, but I just had to mention this. Indiana University won the Big Ten championship over the monolithic Ohio State when their idiot kicker missed a field goal. Look at that. You have one job, dude. Kick the fucking ball. No. So Indiana remains undefeated as they go into the college football playoffs, and Ohio State, bunch of fucking losers. And then check this out. I was doing my reset, and the Miz pulled his tour bus into the gas pumps, and I actually went up to the door, not to the door, but I went up to the side of it where the driver was, like, pumping gas and cleaning off the windshield, and I was like, hey, is he in there? And he's like, yeah, but he's asleep, so no chance for a picture or an autograph or anything. So, but that was pretty cool. Like, I literally just was walking inside to take a shit, and I was just like, I saw the bus and was just like, holy shit, dude, it's the Miz. Like, I remember when he got the bus, I remember seeing the TikTok where he was like walking out of the Cleveland airport, I think, or some airport, and like he came around the corner and he had his bus there, and he was just like, oh shit, and he was explaining how they just got it wrapped. So this background is just crazy violence, video game violence. I don't know, I just decided to add it just for shits and giggles. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just doing a 34-hour reset, so I could get footage of what I'm doing, but I'm literally just sitting around and not doing shit. I went inside, took a shower, took a shit, took a shower. See, the best thing about getting a shower at Love's is they give you everything. They give you towels, they give you soap. I took my own soap because it's a 3-in-1. It's a body wash. It's also shampoo and conditioner, all in one. And I like the way it smells. It's like some kind of apples or some shit. But, yeah, so I went in, and when you take a shower, like, not only do you get a shower, like, it has a toilet in there, and it's like, they clean it after every use, so it's like, it's not like when you go into the public bathrooms and it's just kind of like, well, somebody's ass cheeks were just here a few minutes ago, and I guess I'll just put mine on top of that, make some kind of booty stew. So, another thing I wanted to mention is, Cat from the Cat Fire Club, when the gaming group I used to be in, he texted me and asked about this clip, and I remember it. I know what he's talking about. It was we were doing the Doomsday heist, and we were like driving to the place, and we were in the tank, and we couldn't figure out like where the guns were, like who had to sit where to do what, and like I looked through all my old videos, and I'm not sure that I have it. I'd have to do more of like a deep dive to like really look at it, but like I think it might be in one of the ones where I was doing the daily objectives for a month in a row, because you got this big reward if you did it. So I mean, I could look again, but I would have to like go through each one like step by step, and you know what I mean, and like really look for it. But he asked me to post it if I could, and if I do find it, I'll post it. But like, I didn't have time. Like, I'm kind of short on the deadline for this one. This one's got to be out by Saturday, so I had to hurry up and do it. But I'm going to look when I got some time, and if I can find the clip, I'll definitely post it on here. Because all of us were laughing, like because we was just like a Chinese fire drill, like we were all getting out of the car or getting out of the tank, and like, okay, I'll sit here, you sit here, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, there were some other clips. I posted them in the past, but, like the one where we were, like, it was Halloween, and so those slasher guys were popping up, and, like, one popped up, and as soon as we killed him, the car showed up. And then all of us ended up dying because, like, Merlin, like, shot a rocket launcher at the car and blew it up, or I can't exactly remember, but I know I've posted it here before because that was one of my favorite clips, because that was another one where we were all cracking up and it was just completely unhinged. So yeah, this I found this on YouTube. This is just some kind of random, it's like a riot mod or something, and everyone's just kind of going crazy, and these cars just running people over and shit. I remember when I started this channel, like that's how all these videos were in the beginning. It was just like backgrounds, and like it had like ambiance and shit, and then it kind of became more of like, hey, look, here's what I'm doing. And once I get off this 34, I'll go back to filming what I'm doing. It just started fucking snowing again. I know it's wintertime and everything, but I'm so over that shit. The devil's dandruff. You know what I'm talking about? This white shit falling from the sky, and I can't even snort it. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Nobody knows. And with the sound of the alarm, that means that our 34-hour reset is over and we have to get back to work. No worries, no big deal. All we're going to do now is go back down to Indiana, and we're going to drop this trailer. And then from there, we're going to pick up another trailer and go down to Tennessee. The problem with that is that as we're driving down through Indiana, there's supposed to be a big snowstorm. So my hope is that I can get in there and get out before the snowstorm starts. Wait a minute. I can get in and get out of there before the snowstorm starts. Because I really don't want to get stuck in that shit. I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can. As I mentioned earlier, I put in for some time off, so I'm just trying to take it easy until then. So I need the gods to be merciful, and I need everybody to behave themselves. Because I don't wear a watch, but I still don't have time for you fuckboys. My name? Oh, let me tell you my name. I'm confused. Because, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? Does a confused person get a resolution? I don't understand. Right? Isn't the church and state supposed to be separate? I don't understand because I never went to school. Right? You see, when you go like that, you got to cross, right? 2 sticks. And that's how I felt when I was in Waterloo. Because when I was in Waterloo and smiling at people, they treated me like a vampire. They used the cross and they went like this by not smiling at me. In Toronto, hey, hi guys, you know me, Steve Spiros, easygoing. Those who know me, I'm a nobody. You understand? And you can't kill a person with no body. So, why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And I'm going to wear my sunglasses at night. You know why? Because women show their tits, have short skirts, and then they feel violated when I look at them. Why? Because I have sunglasses on and I'm weird. I'm from Humberside. I'm sorry if I made a fool of Humberside, but all those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep because I'm going to be committed to an isolation room where I'm going to go back to the ministry and allow them to perceive me as I am. A fuck up! Goodbye! Hey, Toronto the Good. Look at this square. It was a shithole when I worked here. Now it looks like New York, Manhattan. Where are the bums? There's no bums here. Toronto doesn't have bums. But Waterloo, they're creating bums. They created me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the church. Talk to the Pope. He knows everything. I had it. I'm going to die. How can you die when you're dead? Oh, wait a second. I'm going to be crucified, right? I'm not going to raise my voice because I'm committed to the Lord. I can't believe after all these years I still remember that word for word. Well, you don't believe me? Check it out.
My name, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? So is the church and state supposed to be separate? I'm confused because I never went to school, right? Is a confused person get a resolution? I don't understand. You see, when you go like that, right, you have a cross, two sticks, right? And that's how I felt when I was in Waterloo. Because when I walked in Waterloo and smiled at people, they treated me like a vampire. They used the cross and they went like this by not smiling at me. In Toronto, hey, hi guys, you know me, Steve Spiros, easygoing. Those who know me, I'm a nobody. You understand? And you can't kill a person with no body. So why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And I'm going to wear my sunglasses at night. You know why? Because women show their tits, have short skirts, and then they feel violated when I look at them. Why? Because I have sunglasses on and I'm weird. I'm from Humberside. I'm sorry if I made a fool of Humberside, but all those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep because I'm going to be committed in an isolation room because I'm going to go back to the ministry and allow them to perceive me as I am, a fuck up. Goodbye. Hey, Toronto the Good. Look at this square. It was a shithole when I worked here. Now it looks like New York, Manhattan. Where are the bums? There's no bums here. Toronto doesn't have bums. But Waterloo, they're creating bums. They created me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the church. Talk to the Pope. He knows everything. I had it. I'm gonna die. How can you die when you're dead? Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna be crucified, right? I'm not gonna raise my voice.
All right, so like I said, we got a hellified storm coming in. And of course I did get stuck in it because I'm a fucking dipshit. So I pulled into the Pilot in Whiteland, Indiana, which is like southeast-ish a little bit. It's more south than anything, but this is a time lapse of the storm coming in. 4 inches across your forehead like Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? But we were able to survive all that. It wasn't that big of a deal. And we're heading down to Tennessee. So with that, I'm going to bring this one to a close. I will see you next week, where we'll do our special Christmas episode, because it'll be our last episode before Christmas. And you guys are invited to ring my jingle balls in the next episode, which will be December 20th, next Saturday. Until then, good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite, because they bite hard. And they know when you be whispering shit in your sleep when you had one too many tequilas, you know what I'm saying? Peace out.